Portions of the following program may have been pre-recorded.
The following program's views, claims, or ideas may not reflect those of WSRR Radio or StylesRebelRadio.com.
In the Steel City, where the rivers align, Lucas and Dom crossing the battle line. Weekday mornings, it's a sportscast scene behind enemy lines in the heart of the dream. Every play discussed, every game analyzed. Cleveland's pride seen through Pittsburgh eyes. Behind enemy lines, where the passion ignites. Cleveland and Pittsburgh battling in sights. Lucas and Dom rise with the sun. Every morning at 10, let the games be fun. Tune into the waves, feel the thrill unfold. Behind enemy lines, stories to be told.
Welcome to another riveting episode of Behind Enemy Lines right here on WSRR Radio, nationally local, meaning we play your local bands on a national stage, coast to coast, and this is Behind Enemy Lines. I'm Luke Strazio, joined as always by Dom Farrow. This is your Cleveland sports talk show from Pittsburgh on your Monday morning 10 o'clock block, your drive to work. It is August 15th on the recording of this. It is Friday. It is a day before the Browns' second preseason game, so we will not be able to comment on that today. But we did see the Browns' first preseason game since then. And Dom, you think there's a chance that 12 could be the guy in Cleveland? Huh?
12 was looking nicey. He had the people feeling nicey, but most importantly, he had the team feeling nicey, Lucas.
I can't put any stock in it. I really can't. Maybe it's just a pessimistic Browns view, but I can't even begin to put stock in a week one preseason game. It's meaningless.
But he has everybody on the team on his side. Like, even Joe Flacco, you saw him smiling on the sideline.
Yeah.
Like, he knows that he's got something.
Yeah, I do. I think Flacco's kind of on his side, but Flacco also wants it for himself. That's what I like about Flacco. I saw a whole TikTok about him being like, I still want to win football games in the National Football League, and I want to lead a team. And I was like, oh my God, I love this guy. But I do think he is supporting Shedor's career. He, like the rest of the team, is kind of on his side.
Gabriel doesn't seem too happy, but he'll be getting his shot here. But
you're just judging this off of one picture they took on the sidelines where they flashed the camera over.
He did not look happy. Shedor was balling. Flacco was happy. Pickett, I mean, like, in my head, I feel like they're going to cut him, but he'll get signed by someone else pretty much immediately.
Do you think they cut him at this? I think
my head.
Now, the thing is, they can't cut Dillon Gabriel because he's a third-round draft pick.
Deshaun Watson.
They can't cut Deshaun Watson, but I think Dillon Gabriel is going to be the odd man out, and we'll see. We'll see, because tomorrow they have a preseason game against the Eagles, and I think that Dillon Gabriel might start the game. If not, I think he's supposed to play a good amount of snaps. It's going to be a big litmus test. As much as I want to say that these are preseason games that don't matter, just for our QB room, that'll be very interesting to see what Dillon Gabriel does.
These preseason games are big, especially for these guys on the cusp.
Yeah, I think there might not be a more important preseason than the Cleveland Browns preseason, which usually means you're a really bad team.
Yeah, but
in all honesty,
it's fun.
Usually that pretty much means you guys stink. But
I mean, yeah, I used to never like preseason, but ever since Big Ben retired, I was like, okay, I can get into this a little bit. It really does revolve around the quarterback because, I mean, yeah, it's the most important position.
Kind of just builds lore.
It revolves.
Preseason.
It just revolves around the quarterback. Like when Kenny Pickett was playing for the Steelers and he was balling in preseason, it was awesome. But outside of that, if you kind of know what you're going into with the year, it's not the best.
Yeah. That's
Steelers
what I mean.
had their
That's
preseason game.
You shouldn't have to wonder what you've got going into the year. It should be just for like the rookies and the third or fourth stringers.
Yeah.
If something really important is decided in the preseason, in my opinion, that probably means you guys aren't that good.
But I also don't like it when you have a bunch of players who don't play any time in the preseason, and then you come into week one looking sloppy. It's happened before with the Steelers.
You've seen that before. I just think that the best opinion on a preseason game for Shador is just having no opinion, and like seeing where it goes. Because I think just in the past, we've seen both sides of the coin where it's like they look really good in preseason and then they turn out to be awesome. But then we've also seen like they look really bad in preseason and then they turn out to be awesome. Or like we've all seen it. It's not. I don't think you need to put stock in it or take stock out of it.
No, you definitely, especially like the team, you definitely can't like gauge your team.
No, definitely.
Certain players, though, you can. I think Gabriel in this one against the Eagles is big because even like the depth of that team, he's playing against like they're all caliber NFL dudes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's going to be a big test for him. If he can't do anything, though, it makes the decision for the Browns easier. So the Browns,
I think it almost makes it harder, to be honest. I think it makes it harder if Gabriel is bad and they picked him in the 5th and they picked Shador before him than it is for if.
But if Shador's like that, then nobody cares in a year or two.
Yeah, that is true.
But so are they going in the season with 5 quarterbacks, or like Deshaun Watson doesn't count because he's technically...
Yeah, I don't think so. I think the people are thinking that the final 53 is going to only have 3 of these 4.
So someone's going to get cut. So
a lot of people are saying it's most likely that Pickett gets cut, but I think the only 2, that's the most likely. The only other 2 things are Pickett gets traded or Gabriel gets traded. I don't think that they'll cut Flacco and they won't cut Shador or trade him.
Where do you think Pickett could go? Saints? Because I think he could be okay with them. I think that could make the Saints in a much better position than they're at.
Who's the Broncos backup? Maybe, I don't know, someone there? I don't think they're that really
desperate.
No, but I'm just saying, just to have someone who just wants a backup. That's really what I'm thinking. They could trade him somewhere to be their number 2 for the year.
Yeah.
He wouldn't go, wherever he gets traded, he's not going to play any games.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
What about maybe the Bills, the Broncos? Who's the Bills backup?
I think Bills.
Finding him a...
He's definitely not going back to the Eagles.
Yeah, I was going to say the Eagles...
You got Tanner.
McCord and Tanner...
Yeah.
What's his head?
McKee.
McKee
McCord, is that what they got?
McKee and McCord. Ooh, look at that.
McKee's nice.
Heck, bird game. Get a kick out of us talking birds right now. I think the most likely
the old program
person, the most likely landing spot for Kenny Pickett would be someone who wants a backup, not someone who wants to have someone challenge for a starting role.
Well, if they did that, it would have to be. It was for like a starting role. I could see Saints, Panthers. I feel like at this point, 100% committed to Young.
Oh yeah, at least for one more year they will be. Because I mean,
what about the
people
Raiders?
Ignore that Bryce Young was really good at the end of last year.
Yeah, he was getting better. What about the Raiders or the Dolphins even?
I was thinking about the Dolphins because Tua always gets hurt.
Yeah,
but they have Zach Wilson. Also just drafted Ewers.
Yeah.
I think they would rather give one of those 2 guys a shot before trading a draft pick away for Kenny Pickett.
Vikings?
JJ McCarthy, biggest question mark.
Is like garbage.
Biggest question mark in the league, and reports are saying that he may be garbage.
Well, we're going to be talking about all of these teams and more in this show.
We're going to go through today DraftKings, or do you want to do FanDuel? There's different lines, but most of them are mostly the same on different platforms.
I'm interested.
The team's over-under on total wins for the season. So we're going to be talking about some really bad teams here.
and undies.
And whether or not we touch these bets. We'll start from the bad teams and start with the New Orleans Saints are the lowest team in the league, or tied for the lowest if you're on DraftKings, with the Browns and the Giants. But we'll start with the Saints at 5.5 is the over-under. Excuse me. 5.5 wins is the over-under. Saints, Browns, and Giants. We talked about this a little bit before we started. All 3 of them are 5.5. Their line is at that. And I feel like one of them has to go over. I just feel like there's going to be one of those 3 teams who is decent. And I don't think it'll be the Browns. I think it's between the Giants and the Saints.
I'm leaning Browns. I'm leaning Browns here.
I was going to say I could take that back because of the the signings this week of the convicts of Judkins, getting out, whatever, and
he's
Isaiah
free.
Bond coming in, which just makes it so hard to root for this Browns team. There's just so many off the field issues from in the past, which every team has them, but I don't know, like this seems to fully be diving into the
Yeah,
bad franchise area, and like
the Judkins one, like, so now he's completely free of all charges there. So
it
like,
sounds
he's
like
innocent.
yes, he will be rejoining the team.
And it
soon.
was, like, none of that stuff really came up until after the draft. So
No,
that's not an
and
issue.
I don't think that one's like on them, but it's just kind of like shows a pattern. Of
The
like,
Bond one I thought
we were
was-
bad judges of character.
The Bond one I thought was questionable timing.
Yes,
But he could be
that's
really good for the Browns.
really questionable timing, but yeah, could be a really good weapon. I could see. I said this before the podcast started. Of course, the episode started. Judy and Bond. If Bond is just all right, Judy is a good receiver. He's a number one receiver. Bond could maybe be a 2. Again, we don't know everything about him. But they got 2 good pass-catching tight ends, a stable of running backs. We kind of just need a guy at quarterback who can make decisions, which I think Flacco and maybe Pickett could do. They don't have to do a ton.
Yeah.
And I think Shador could do it if he settled into that role and didn't try to do too much, but I just don't see that for him.
With Shador, I
Um,
see about 5 wins.
yeah.
I see Flacco in the mix. I see
I could see 7 or 8.
6, 7. Yeah. No
Maybe.
doubt. I
Call
got
me crazy.
So let's take it one
They got
step.
a good defense too.
They
got
do, yeah.
They have the pieces for a really good defense. Jerome Baker's a big question mark.
But one step at, like, Saints are an under.
Saints again.
They're
I want to
so
get.
bad.
If I want to say one of these 3 are going to be over the 5.5, I want to give them all like their due and what their argument would be. The Saints. What if Tyler Shue's good? What if Rattler's all right? Like they have Alvin
Rattler's
Kamara
not
played
gonna be
really
good.
well last year until he got hurt.
He's
they
another
have
year
Chris
older.
Olave. They have Rashid Shaheed.
Olave,
Kamara is definitely at the end of his career, but still.
Olave's had like 4 concussions.
No, I know. There's a lot of things that would have to go right.
Shaheed's coming
There's
off like a major knee injury.
Trust me, there's a lot of things that would have to go right, but what if they did?
It ain't gonna go right.
That's just
It's
my
not their
devil's
year.
advocate. Giants, my devil's advocate for them being over. I would say Abdul Carter, Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau,
Mhm.
and Dexter Lawrence. Best front 7. And then they have
It's a solid argument.
Okereke behind. They have the best front 7 probably in the league, maybe. They got decent secondary. And then what if Dart is okay?
Yeah,
You
I
know?
mean, the thing that sells me with them is neighbors.
Neighbors, I was going to say.
Turn that thing around.
What's his name? That running back who everyone liked at the end of the year? Tyrone Tracy?
Scattaboo might be.
Yeah, what if
okay.
Scattaboo's good? These are just my arguments. And even if Jackson Dart's not good, like Russ is a guy who can
He'll win some games.
help piece things together. You know what I mean?
He's
He's not gonna.
he knows how to beat bad teams in the NFL.
Yes, exactly. He
I
has
could
the
see over for
experience that
that.
can put a couple of pieces together
I could see over for the Giants
with the right coaching.
I was out on that for a while, but you may have sold me on that.
Yeah.
one.
Okay. We'll take the Giants as our one over in the 5.5 wins group. The Browns and Saints.
So
will
you're
both
saying
take as our
Browns under?
Oh,
I thought
yeah.
we agreed to over on that one.
No, I was
we
just
said
saying that
6
would
to
be
7 to 8 wins.
that's the best case scenario. That's the devil's advocate for the over. Me trying to say like these are the things that would have to make it the over, and those things could happen. But
this is the first one we're gonna have to disagree on. I'm
you
gonna take
think
the
the
over.
Browns are going to go over?
I'm gonna be
You're tracking these?
Yeah, I'll keep track.
Okay, sounds good. And then we're going to ask Slate, ChatGPT, what he thinks.
Who
of
cooked the hardest?
Who cooked harder on this over under list? Okay, next moving into the 6.5s is the Panthers, the Jets, and the Titans. Panthers, I want to say under, but again, they're a team that could. Bryce Young looked good at the end of the year. Xavier Legette, Tet McMillan.
Yeah, I'm a Tet guy.
I know you love Tet. They started to get things. They started to look like a football team that has something going for them right in the right direction at the end of last year. But as much as I kind of almost want them to succeed because I like Bryce Young, I think they're still going to be under 6.5. I think they're going to be right at 6. Honestly, that might be their ceiling.
6.5 is a lot to ask for the Panthers,
Yeah,
but there's a lot of bad teams they got to face this year. Saints being one of them. They could definitely beat them twice. I mean, then you're almost quarter of the way there.
yeah. I mean, being in that division,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they came in second in the division. I mean, and still not make the playoffs. Which then takes us to the other team that's in the division, Titans. What if Cam Ward's good?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
what
the
if
big one.
What if he's just good?
He could be. He could be really good. He could be a natural.
What if he's like C.J. Stroud, his rookie year? Do they have enough around him, though? Apparently, this Stanford receiver, Io something, is really looking good in camp. I actually saw some of his tape like last year when he was at Stanford, and the year before, I was like, who's this 13 guy? He's kind of jumping out of the highlights and, in these game highlights. Kind of cooked Travis Hunter.
Really?
Everyone, Heisman winner. He mossed him at one point in the game, and he also beat him on a deep route.
He's not talked about much, though.
Yeah, exactly. The Big 12 was pretty unremarkable this past year, so not a lot of people talked about Big 12 games as much. But yeah, it was kind of silent, the fact that he had over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns against Travis Hunter. Just kind of wasn't talked about because Stanford wasn't really that good. They didn't have good quarterback play either. He looked good without good quarterback play, consistent quarterback play.
It's a tough one. That's a tough
But I
over-under,
don't. Yeah,
though.
I don't know if is Cam Ward ready.
I don't know if I can give him 6.5. I don't think he's in a better situation than Caleb Williams was with the Bears last year.
And what did they finish?
5 or 6 wins. Definitely didn't have 7.
Really? I thought they had more. Yeah, for that reason and that reason alone, I'd say under. People were high on the Bears last year.
I'd have to look that up.
There's not nearly as much hype around the Titans as there was around the Bears last year.
I'm hype on the Bears this year.
I think they can
They
be all
went,
right.
they had 5.
Ben Johnson.
They went 5-12 last year.
Bears are coming up because that one will be interesting. We'll get to that one probably after
So
the
Panthers under
next break.
6.5 as well.
Yeah, I'll say Panthers under 6.5, Titans under 6.5. Jets are interesting.
Jets are like the over on 6.5.
6.5. I think they could run the ball really well. I think it'll be interesting. I think their defense is all right.
Fields and Garrett
They
Wilson
could
back together.
Be kind of a fun team to watch, but there's all these videos of Justin Fields. He can't throw a ball downfield. He looks terrible. I've seen all these clips of him throwing.
He looked
He
good
looks
in
bad.
preseason.
And the only clips of that the Jets, this is just totally my social media take.
Yeah.
The only clips of the Jets, like that their profile is posting, are clips of him running in practice. And they're like, oh, he's so fast or something like that. That's pretty much what they're saying on Instagram. They're going, oh my God, he's so fast.
I think they're going to use him a lot running wise.
And they should. He's a great weapon. But
But
I
last
don't know
year
if
he was on
can-
pace for his best passing season, so I think he's going to be really good with the Jets this year.
I don't know. I heard statistics that he was dead last in the league in a lot of advanced analytics. Sack percentage was one.
We ain't worried about advanced analytics. It's Justin Fields.
All right, you're on the train.
I'm a Fields guy.
You're over 6.5.
I'm over.
See, for me, I don't
You're
know.
gonna take
Maybe
the
it's because I'm
under?
a pessimist and I've seen Browns football and I can see how bad a team can be. So that's kind of just what I think. I always think of the worst a team can be. I want to take the Jets under, but again, I want one of these teams that's at 6.5 to be over, and I think they're the most likely.
Jets.
And I think they could grind out some games and have a couple of upsets this year.
There we go.
Yeah, I'll go
You're
Jets
a
over.
Jets guy now.
I'll go Jets over with you.
You're a Fields believer.
The 7.5's also interesting. Jaguars, Colts, Raiders. And again, I want to pick one of these to be over.
If there's one to be the over, say him again.
We got 2.5 minutes in this segment. All right, so let's get through these 7.5's.
Yeah.
Raiders, Colts, Jaguars, and Dolphins. Actually, all at 7.5.
I'd take the Jaguars over.
The Jaguars could have a renaissance this year. BTJ, Brian Thomas Jr. looks really good. Travis Hunter, again, what if he's very effective on both sides of the ball?
7.5 isn't a ton to ask of the Jaguars, a team who made the playoffs a couple years ago.
Yeah, but they've been bad. They lost to the Browns last year.
But they got rid of that bozo Doug Peterson for some reason. What's the guy's name? Like Luke or Liam, their new head coach.
Liam Cohen.
Yeah, for some
Sounds like a
reason.
director. Is that one of the Cohen brothers? What are their names?
They're like Ethan and
Ethan
something.
and
But for some reason, there's something about his look. I know nothing about this guy, but something about his look
Doesn't-
that tells me that makes me think he's going to win some games.
Really?
For something about
I
it.
feel like there's something about his
I don't
look
know
that makes
what
him look
it is.
like a dork.
I
And I'm
thought
like,
that at
this guy
first.
doesn't know ball.
I thought that at first, but then the more I see him, like
I can
actually
see
on the
that,
sidelines, for some reason, I'm like, I think he's going to win some games.
I could see him just the dude
For that reason alone, yeah.
just that was such a great tone setter. Where I was like, this guy's a nut.
Yeah, I
and
thought
now,
he was
and at
cornball.
first I was like, he's a he's a dork. But the more I think about it, I'm like, nah, he's crazy and he's bought in.
And he was ballsy enough to trade up for Travis.
And he was ballsy enough to say Duval at a press conference.
He's his
That's
own
really my
dude.
biggest thing.
Yeah,
I kind of like it.
He's bold.
I
Under
think,
on
and
the Colts.
BTJ looks really good.
Colts under, easy.
Colts under. Raiders, I want to take the under on that. I don't think.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I went and picked up Cam Miller this week in fantasy because he is the
so you're down bad.
Rookie from the Raiders. No, we just have huge offseason dynasty rosters. So we just have all these people. Picked up Cam Miller, the rookie from North Dakota State, who's on the Raiders.
Yeah.
Just as like a emergency, like, what if Geno stinks and like Cam Miller plays games? Like he could be like Aiden O'Connell type
Possible.
thing.
I've saw him trending up.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, like, he was a winner.
Quarterbacks are
He's a
valuable.
winner at North Dakota State. I love North Dakota State quarterbacks. Love Trey Lance. Love Carson Wentz. Almost forgot his name there.
And then
Easton
the last
Stick.
one, Dolphins. I'm going under with that one too. I think it's gonna be a rough year for them.
I agree. I
But
don't.
If Tua's healthy the whole year,
It's the same. It's the same people, and it's the same system. I don't like same receivers, same quarterback, and the same system that they've been in for a while now, and I don't really see much changing. So I'm going to take the under on them as well. We'll have more after the break right here on Behind Enemy Lines.
What's the difference between the shirt you're currently wearing and the one that I am? Well, both do their job of concealing us from the outside world and social boundaries. But one little black swoosh makes yours cost nearly double. That red rectangle may not change how warm you are, but it certainly changes the price tag. The truth is, nobody cares about the details. Get to the point with GenericClothes.com. Have a laugh at the big brand clothing company's expense with shirts that simply say sports team, political statement, music band, and more. A shirt for any occasion and the perfect gift. GenericClothes.com.
Hi, this is Melissa.
And hey, it's Matt.
Hi guys, my name is Ari.
Coming at you from Synergy Music Studio.
Come through to a Synergy Naked session.
Synergy Naked is a live performance recording, also captured on video. Look for our releases on YouTube at Synergy Music Studio.
We're located on the south side near Chicago. Passing through.
Hit up our DMs on Instagram at Synergy Music Studio. Rock hard.
Welcome back to Behind Enemy Lines right here on WSRR Radio, brought to you by GenericClothes.com. Nobody cares about the details. Get to the point at GenericClothes.com. Don't sell out to big brand clothing empires and their prices. Make a statement at their expense with GenericClothes.com. Me and Dom are going over the overs and the unders for this season's NFL teams' total wins. And we just passed the 7.5 crew. You got me down for all those?
oh yeah.
All right. We went.
I think we only had one disagreement here.
Yeah.
With
On
the
the
Browns.
so far? The
Yeah,
whole thing?
with
Oh,
the
wow.
Browns.
Okay, here we go. Now we're moving to the 8.5s. A lot of 8.5s. We'll start with the first three: Cowboys, Falcons, Bears. Falcons are interesting because
The one I think
what
about,
if Penix is good? Again, there's always these question marks where it's just like, what if the guy's good?
oh my gosh.
That's really like the only question it comes down to. It's like,
Falcons I can't. Man,
at 8.5,
that's tough.
we're watching the Falcons preseason game right now. Actually,
'Cause
it just ended because
I do
we're
think
supporting Cleveland native Dylan Drummond,
that's right.
Eastern Michigan Eagle, pride of the MAC.
I do think the
Who's
Falcons
on the Falcons trying to make the team this year.
Like, I think Drake London will take a big step up this year. I still think Darnell Mooney is decent.
I think Darnell Mooney broke his collarbone though, didn't he?
When in
feel like I heard
preseason? I didn't hear that, but
Maybe it's wrong. Maybe my brother was drunk at this party or something, but he turned to me. He's like, "Yeah, Darnell Mooney broke his collarbone
He's done
last
for.
week. Dylan's starting. Dylan Drummond's starting. He's gonna have 800."
he's gonna be
They said
lining
they're
up
gonna
next to-
target him 10 times.
I mean, I also think like another year under Bijan Robinson's belt is huge. I think he's gonna take another step up. The offense
You know what's
excites me.
shocking
The
about
defense
him?
ain't bad.
You know, he didn't have like a single run of over 30 yards last year. Bijan Robinson.
I believe that 30-yard runs a lot.
Yeah, but
in the
you would
NFL.
think he is. No, they are. Trust me, it's hard. I know.
Bijan,
I was running
yeah.
back. I played running back in high school.
You
all right?
know.
I think I know what I'm talking about when it comes to Bijan busting off 30-yarders, all right? But you would think he's such an explosive guy and like so good in the open field that he would break one for more than 30 yards.
Yeah.
He doesn't stiff arm.
No, but
Downfield, I watched a whole TikTok
he
video.
hasn't
He doesn't
really
stiff arm.
he hasn't really broken out yet.
Yeah, but how much is if you don't break out, quote unquote, by year 3 in the NFL as a running back?
This is a big prove it year for him.
All right.
So are we saying over 8.5 for them? That's a lot for the Falcons.
I think there's a chance that Michael Penix plays better than Kirk Cousins did, and at some point, Kirk Cousins last year was playing playoff football. Like he was playing good enough to have them be in the playoffs.
All right, we can
And
go.
then he kind of fell apart.
We can go over.
Over on the 8.5.
Yeah,
You can go under on it. I'm taking the over.
I feel like we've taken so many unders that I have to take an over.
I like Cowboys 8.5.
Over for them.
I think under.
Under for them.
I just can't. I don't know. They do have Pickens and CD, and I think that a lot of people are kind of just hating on the Cowboys because it's fun to hate on the Cowboys. But like, Dak looked all right last year. I'm gonna take the under still. I can't convince myself.
I'm gonna take the over on that.
I was
one.
just trying to play. You're gonna go over on Cowboys too.
I have to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You could convince me if you want to try. I bet you'd succeed.
It's like 8.5 wins for the Cowboys. That should be like 9 wins should. That's not a good season for the Cowboys.
Who's gonna play running back? And their line's not that
Javonte
good.
Williams.
Javonte Williams.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
that's-
on the Cowboys now. They're gonna throw the ball from the.
Oh, that's right,
Broncos.
from the Broncos. Yeah,
They're gonna throw the ball a lot
yeah.
there,
Deuce
though.
Vaughn's gonna get about as many carries as him by the end of the year.
I don't think so. I mean Javonte had some rough injury luck.
No, I think Javonte Williams could be.
He could be okay, but they're gonna
He could
throw the
break
ball
out
so
this
much
year.
there.
That's you.
No.
He could break out this year. He's in year 6.
The one that really confuses me though is Bears over 8.5. If it was 7.5, I'd say over. But 8.5 for the Bears.
You just said you were high on him.
I am, but 8.5 for the Bears.
Yeah, I think if they would have taken
Going from 5 to 9.
as much as this shouldn't make a difference, I think if they would have taken Tyler Warren over Colson Loveland, I would be more in on them. Not that I think a rookie tight end is going to make a huge difference, but I think that could have made a big difference.
Yeah, I see that.
I mean, Loveland could be good. Don't get me wrong. I could very well be wrong, and Loveland's better.
These rookie
And
tight ends are
I'm
interesting.
not even that high on Tyler Warren either.
Yeah, I'm not.
But for something about it, he would have looked better in the Bears colors,
I don't
and they
know.
would have fit better for
I
me.
think Loveland in a Bears jersey is gonna look nice.
We'll see.
We'll see about that.
I don't know. I feel like Loveland, the Notre Dame guy, fits more on the Colts for some reason.
And
And the Penn Stater fits more. I feel like I don't know. Maybe I'm totally off base here. Something about it would make me more.
Sticks.
Yeah, even though
Sticky.
Tyler Warren did just basically wear Colts uniforms last year. They're pretty much the difference between a Colts uniform and a Penn State uniform is the shade of the blue and the horseshoe on the helmet. So maybe I'm off base. I probably am. But I think the Bears will be under 8.5.
Yeah, I'll take that.
All that to say that the Bears will be under 8.5.
They'll be fun. They'll be fun though.
Yeah,
I'll be watching
they can be
them
semi
a
fun.
lot.
Patriots, Steelers, Seahawks round out the 8.5 crew. Patriots, I want to say over. Everyone's really high on them, but I'm worried that what if Drake May doesn't make the second year step?
Yeah, I cannot.
Travion Henderson looks like Barry Gibbs. Barry Sanders mixed with
Gibbs.
Yeah, Barry Sanders mixed with Jameer Gibbs.
From
That's
the
how
Bee
much.
Gees.
That's how much everyone's hyping him up. That he's like Jameer
He's
Gibbs
Barry
mixed
Gibbs.
with Barry
He's
Sanders.
turned into Barry Gibbs from the Bee Gees.
Who the hell is Barry Gibbs?
He's like, I'm pretty sure he's the lead singer for the Bee Gees.
I just made that up
Pretty
because
sure.
I was wrong.
That's pretty great if you just made
Barry
that up.
Gibbs. He is. He's Barry Sanders and Jameer Gibbs.
His name's just Barry Gibb. No S.
Just a single Gibb?
Just Gibb.
Barry Gibb?
But he is the front runner and the founder of the Bee Gees.
Wow, there's
Yeah,
where
that's
the
pretty
BG
good.
comes from.
That was
8.5 Patriots with BG in the backfield.
Gibb.
Travion Henderson, also known as BG.
Also known as Gibb. I'm taking the under on the Patriots. I
Jesus
have
Christ,
to.
It's so stupid. You're taking the under?
Yeah, I thought you were.
I think everyone else wants to take the over. How much is
Yeah,
Vrabel? You think the Vrabel effect kicks in? I don't think yet, but I think in year 2 it will.
I think Vrabel at this point is overrated. He was cool. What 10 years
I
ago?
think he's a good coach.
He was cool 7 years ago.
Nah, I still like him.
Now it's like, all right, bud, here's some.
I still like him.
I like
think
him. I think he's cool, but I don't think
he got in the pile.
He's
Did you
not
hear about
elite,
that?
though. Yeah, I did hear it. He's got all bloodied up.
He's gritty.
He's a football guy.
He's grit. Yeah.
But I don't think he's a brains guy. I don't think he's a Dan Campbell.
You don't think he's as smart as Dan Campbell?
No.
The Lions are going to be a big question, honestly, because
Their number's gonna be
how
high.
much of the brains where Ben Johnson's brain kind of groomed Dan Campbell's balls enough to be like for those two to be in equilibrium of Dan Campbell to be like, I want to go for it, and Ben Johnson to be like, all right, I have the play where you can go for it.
Yeah,
You
it's going
know?
to be a lot. It's going to be interesting, but I still believe in the Lions. I think they're going to be
I think they'll be good.
We'll
but
get to them.
Patriots, 8.5. You're taking the under?
I'm taking the under.
Drake May is my fantasy quarterback. For that alone, I'm taking the over.
Wow.
Steelers, 8.5.
I'm taking the over.
I know you want to just because of obviously your Steelers fandom, but like, do you really believe in Aaron Rodgers at this age?
Yeah.
Truly, I'm questioning.
How many times you win the MVP award?
How many Super Bowls has he won? One. But
he's going to win a
that's not
second
it.
one this year.
Like, did you watch just the fact of watching him last year? Like,
he wasn't great.
He wasn't good.
But you made the same
And I understand
argument
he
for
came
Bryce
off
Young that like, oh, he played so good towards the end of the season. Aaron Rodgers' numbers were great the last half.
You know
of the
how many
season.
quarterbacks I was listening to?
Phenomenal.
I was listening to Bill Simmons. You know how many quarterbacks have played more than 10 games in a season at this age?
Like 2.
Tom Brady's the only one
Like
who's
Bart
ever even
Starr.
been able to play more than 10 games without getting hurt.
Uh,
Tom Brady's the only one.
Yeah, and like who?
The
else,
only one.
But who else like really can you put on the same pedestal as him? Like in this generation?
Aaron Rodgers, really?
Yeah.
I mean,
There's
yeah.
literally nobody else.
I don't
that
know.
comes
I just
close.
think he's an anomaly. I don't think it'll happen again. I don't think he can do it at 41.
I think the team around him is good
But
enough.
I did take
where
Caleb
they can
Johnson on my
win.
fantasy team, so I want him to be good. So I'll take the over 8.5.
Let's go. I can
I
delete
like
your
that.
under in here.
I like that. Seahawks 8.5. Last 8.5. Before we
under. I don't
give you guys
believe in the
something special.
I don't believe in the Darnold magic anymore.
Darnold's done.
I liked him. I would
How
have been
much
interested
of the
to see
fall
him in a
off,
Steelers
though?
jersey.
How much of the fall off? Like you think about the Seahawks last year. How many wins did the Seahawks have last year?
Actually, you know, it might be an over.
How much of a difference is it from DK and Geno Smith to Cooper Kupp and Sam Darnold?
I mean, I think
Like legitimately, I think it's closer than it might sound at first.
no, it's definitely closer. It might be better.
I was
because
gonna
then
say
you
it
have-
might even be better.
I honestly don't think. I think Cooper Kupp's gonna be wide receiver too.
Yeah, he will, but I mean,
I think really, it's
I
like
know
JSN's
obviously JSN will be the
stepping in there.
yeah.
I might go over here.
I think they could be sneaky good. I think they got a good defense.
I like Kenneth Walker.
Gotta love KW3. And
I'll go over.
a deep cut, Torrey Horton, Colorado State guy. My CFB 25 fantasy team or dynasty team, so I know about Torrey Horton.
He retired like 12 years ago, right?
No, Torrey what?
I think I was thinking about
Torrey Holt? Is that who you're thinking of?
maybe.
Torrey Horton from
I think I was
Colorado
thinking I was
State.
getting him and Percy Harvin confused.
What the hell?
The hell?
Torrey Horton, here's a who from Colorado
Yeah.
State. Played with him in college football 25 in my dynasty. He was a 5th round pick.
And he was a dog.
He's a stud. He's a stud.
Well, let me tell you
He's
something
going to be
else.
wide receiver 4 maybe, but
If
I
we're-
bet he makes plays for the Seahawks this year.
If we're talking about deep guys on the Seahawks roster who we like in college football, Damian Martinez, running back out of Miami. I think they drafted him like the 6th round. College football, he was Marshawn Lynch number 2.
Yeah.
So he could.
It's like,
when he went to
dude.
the Seahawks, it's like it's meant to be.
Dude, he had a 93 speed in college on college football 25.
to
You
be
got to
good.
take him.
So I
You
think he
have
might
to
be
take
beast
him.
mode. He's gonna be the running back 3 or 4, but he's like holding Bitcoin in 2009 in Dynasty at least.
Oh, I love it. So
Cold.
speaking of college football dynasties, Dom, we got something
yeah.
really special here for you. Never
Oh,
done
yeah.
on radio. We're going to transport about an hour into
might
the
be
future,
history.
if that. Dom has a college football 26 online dynasty game here that he's going to play. So we're going to pause the
Playoffs.
recording here,
It's the
and you guys are
playoffs.
going to hear it.
Don't forget that.
It's
Big
playoffs.
playoff
Let's
matchup.
preface this and then jump the time travel time will
All
be
right.
during the
Let's
break.
set the stage here. It's
All right.
it's
It's the second round of the college football playoffs. Dom
It's
and
Texas.
Arch Manning
yes.
are piloting Texas to the number 1 seed in the playoff.
one loss. To
One
Notre Dame in the
loss to
regular
Notre
season.
Dame.
Tough one.
But was anyone undefeated at the end of the year? Baylor, I think. Baylor?
No, they lost in the Big 12 championship.
Oof.
Tough one.
So no one was undefeated. Dom's number 1 seed, Oklahoma.
I'm going against my biggest rival.
The Red River rivalry ended controversially early in the year.
It
where
did, but not really.
The Wi-Fi lagged out or something. They got disconnected. Dom was up 14-0.
Well, no, what happened was we played a game. We
Oh,
played
that's
like
right.
a first half. I was up by like a score or two. And then it was like, all right, let's just play another half to like finish this up.
Because it got cut off.
Yeah. So then I went up 14-0. Like there's like 40 seconds before the end of the half, which would have been the end. And the Wi-Fi cut off again. This guy was like, bro, this ain't fair. Like you need to take force wins. Like you're a cheater, stuff like that. It's like, bro, I
So
beat
he's been
you
calling him out
twice.
on the Discord.
And so that was the Red River rivalry.
It's hard to say
It
that.
is a tough one.
Yeah, you laughed at me earlier.
That was a few weeks ago. And then, so now we're meeting up in the second round of the playoffs, and we played earlier, and the game lagged out again. He's like, bro, my Wi-Fi's bad. He said,
And you
"I'll
were
have
up
better
2
Wi-Fi."
scores, right? 17-3.
And I had the ball on like the 30-yard line.
Yeah.
So it was about to be 24-3 because Texas is like that.
His Arch is slinging it to Wingo.
But then his Wi-Fi went out again, and he was like, I'll be out better Wi-Fi tonight, and now it is time.
Now it's time. So during this break, while you'll be hearing from our spectacular sponsors, you will be able to hear, or not hear, but you'll be able to imagine Dom fighting for his life with Texas and Arch Manning against Oklahoma in the second round
We ain't sweating it.
of the college football playoff. This is an absolute rubber match. It's going to be a real slugfest.
I'm fired up.
Are you gonna stream it on Twitch? It's gonna be too late for these people to watch it. But if you want to watch Dom play the rest of the rounds, if he wins, Dom Farrah
Find me on
43,
Twitch.
right?
Is that what it is?
I
Might
think
be.
so. Something like that.
Yeah, find me on there.
Watch him out. Watch out for that. But right now you're listening to Behind Enemy Lines right here on WSRR Radio.
Let's get a dub.
Stick with us through the break.
If LimeWire taught us anything, your digital music is free and open to piracy, and even manipulation when it comes to digital distribution. So why settle for a bunch of ones and zeros floating around on the internet? Make your release something special with Hellbender Vinyl. Hellbender is one of America's most trusted custom vinyl record pressing plants and works with local artists to get their next release pressed exactly to their liking. So check out Pittsburgh's first and only custom vinyl pressing plant today by visiting hellbendervinyl.com to get started. And don't forget, all customers at Hellbender Vinyl get 5 free test presses at no additional charge. Hellbent on quality, hellbent on service, hellbendervinyl.com.
Did you know that your old drafty windows can cost you anywhere between $100 and $600 a year? If you're in Northern Ohio, you need to give J.D. Miller at Clearview Windows a call. A small, local business that takes pride in its craftsmanship, Clearview Windows provides exceptional customer service and attention to detail that can increase your home's value with more energy-efficient windows and doors at a fair price. But don't just take my word for it. Google Clearview Windows by J.D. Miller and check out the reviews from satisfied customers. So give them a call at 330-521-0965. That's 330-521-0965. Clearview Windows, where quality is more than just words on a sign.
Welcome back here for our final segment of Behind Enemy Lines right here on WSRR Radio, brought to you by Synergy Music Studio. Based out of Chicago, Synergy Music Studio offers a diverse array of musical services specifically crafted to meet their clients' needs, from recording to mixing and production. Discover how they can bring your vision to life at synergymusicstudio.com. And Synergy Music Studio would be proud to represent that ass whooping that you just gave
That's
to
right.
your college football 26 opponent in the Oklahoma Sooners. Dom is moving on to the national championship semifinals. Do we know our opponent yet?
It's either gonna be Notre Dame or Baylor.
Ooh, I might have to come watch because I
Notre
love
Dame would
watching
be a big
live
one.
and trying to help on the.
This
The,
one you were a little more you trusted. You saw the vision in this one.
Yeah, I
you were
did.
big in an earlier matchup in the season.
Yeah.
But for this one, you
Against who was that? Oregon.
Oregon.
Yeah.
That was a massive.
That was huge.
We had to stop them on the final play of the game.
Yeah.
The goal line stopped.
Yeah.
And
you
we
had that,
needed every help we could get.
Arch Manning threw up about a 50-yard dot to the
Oh
back
my
of the end
gosh.
zone.
Arch had himself a game.
That was
He's
beautiful.
back in top form. 45-3 win versus Oklahoma.
He's ready for the national championship
Quit
run.
playing with me.
And we are ready for the NFL season to begin as we are going over every team's betting odds for their over and under on total wins this season. We are at the 9.5 mark here. And we got a couple more teams. It goes all the way up to 12.5. So I think for this last segment, we got to turn and burn a little bit.
We do.
Cardinals, 9.5. I think under. I'm not sold on Kyler Murray.
Yeah. I go under on that
I'm
one as
actually
well.
really surprised that their over under is this high, 9.5. Bengals, 9.5. This one is very interesting because it feels like the Bengals can go one of two ways from last year. It can be like they were playing so good on offense and still couldn't get it done, and their offense stays that way, and the defense.
Well, yeah, that's the issue. The defense.
Yeah, obviously. But I think there's a high possibility that the offense isn't as good as last year was, and the defense is still as bad, and
Really?
they win 5 games.
I don't think they're going to drop off too much from like where they were last season at the end. So I think overall, I think it's going to be a much better year. I'll take the over on this one.
A 9.5?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I have to take. I want to take the over. I have T. Higgins and Joe Burrow in fantasy. I love them both. They're a great 1-2 combo every week, especially when T. Higgins is healthy. But their offensive line is bad.
It's not the
Like
best.
if Joe Burrow gets hurt, their season's over.
But that's it. That's same for almost every starting quarterback.
Yeah, but I'm saying with their O-line being bad, like
Yeah.
we've seen it before. He's had 2 season-ending injuries already. I want to take the over here, and I will because I want to, but I feel like I
Ooh. shouldn't.
I will take it, though. Broncos 9.5. This one, I think a lot of people are taking the over. The Broncos, a lot of people are high on them this year.
I'm not.
Really?
Well, like I think they're going to be good, but like they're way too overhyped.
You
for
don't
how
think
I'm
they'll be
liking them.
9.5?
I don't think Bo Nix is a
The
10
Broncos
win
and the
season.
Patriots, I think, are the 2 teams that people are really hyping up this year to be like, the quarterback's going to make their year 2 leap. The head coach is going to make a big difference. For Bo Nix, it's his second year with Sean Payton.
Mhm.
For the Patriots, it's their first year with Mike Vrabel. Jeez, forgot it there
Yeah.
for a second.
You're gassing him up.
Both coaches are going to make a big difference, obviously in different situations, but both those teams are getting a little bit. They're putting the cart in front of the horse a touch. Am I wrong?
Yeah. No, I completely agree with that.
Yeah, I think
I'm not on board. Not so.
again, they're one I want to take the over, but I will not. I think they'll be right at 9. I don't know how many games did they win last year though. I gotta take.
They probably won.
I
9
can't.
last
I think
year.
they won 10. I think they won 10 games. I have to take the over on the Broncos as much as
They did win 10 last year.
Yeah,
That
I
changes
think I'm
things.
taking the over. Packers 9.5 is one I might take under though.
Ooh.
Jordan Love, another huge question mark. But I think I want to take the under, but again, they're another one I want to take the over now because Jordan Love dealt with 2 injuries last year. I think Matthew Golden, as many jokes are made about the fact that they have all these receivers who are similar.
Yeah.
I do think Matthew Golden can help.
Yeah, I think he's different than.
Is
the
Josh
wide
Jacobs
receivers they
getting
got.
too old though? Does he have another really good year in him?
Yeah, that's the big question mark, but he's still like projected to do a lot this season.
Yeah,
But I'll take the over.
Another thing about the Broncos, going back to them really quick, is I don't think about their defense enough. Adding Dre Greenlaw,
Broncos
and
defense is
Hufanga,
nice. Yeah.
those are 2 huge additions. I have to take the Broncos over. Packers, I'll take over. Texans 9.5, another really interesting one. CJ
Down year
Stroud.
last year,
Yeah,
but
Second
still
year
probably
down
won
year.
like 8 games.
They were right around that. Did they make? They missed the playoffs, right? I think they
No,
just missed. They made it.
They won a playoff game last year, didn't they? They were 10-7 last year. I think that was a down year. I'll take the over on them.
I guess they're supposed to have a good defense. That's what I keep hearing. Yeah, I'll take the over on them because I'm going to take the under on the Chargers next at 9.5.
Yeah.
Chargers and Vikings are the next two ones. I would take the under on both of those. Vikings, we talked about J.J. McCarthy. What the hell's going on there? Huge question mark. Haven't really seen a ton. Obviously, I have to take their over.
Yeah.
Or I mean,
the
excuse me, they're
yeah.
under. Chargers just lost Slate.
That's
Slater.
Slate. That's
Slate.
the big thing with
Shout out ChatGPT Slate.
with the Chargers. That's the biggest thing for me. Losing Slater, I think
But
having
they have
him, they
Joe
might.
Alt. They can just move Joe Alt over to left tackle.
Yeah, but it's not that easy. You're still losing a All-Pro
Yeah,
NFL
no, I mean,
offensive
having
lineman.
two great offensive tackles is
I
better
think
than one. But
he gives them at least another win or two, just his value alone. So I'll agree with you on the under.
Yeah. On the Chargers and Vikings.
Yeah, I'll take the under on the Vikings. Vikings will be very close to that number though. They'll still be good enough, but they might sneak into the playoffs.
Next one, I'm taking the over on the Buccaneers.
9.5 still.
Yeah, it's 9.5.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking the over.
New
on
play
that.
caller though could be different. But adding Ibuka, I think, is going to be awesome for them. Terrible division. They're the highest in the division, right? The highest over under. So
Gotta be.
I mean, they're pretty obviously favored to win that division. I would just for that alone, I think they should win. That gives them at least 6 wins. I would say
that might be my favorite one we've done so far. That might be the easiest over.
the Bucks over 9.5.
I think that's the easiest one I've seen.
All right.
Baker Mayfield's a stud.
We'll sound like fools at the end of the season, but I like it. I think Baker.
I might have to place some money on that one right there.
Yeah, let's
I
throw
like that.
Let's throw $1 million on
Let's
it.
invest in this show.
Commanders 9.5 for the next one, or the final team in the 9.5 range.
Maybe a sophomore slump from Jaden.
I think that as much as people kind of want to make fun of it, I think adding Debo helped. I
do
really
think
do think
so.
that helps with the offense.
Yeah, I think that's going to be more beneficial. Than
Who's their
people are
running back
making a
now?
meme.
Is it still Austin Eckler and Brian Robinson?
Yeah, they drafted
Who
another
was
guy.
their draft?
It's a good question. I knew they drafted a running back late.
I got no clue who they drafted, but the Terry McLaurin kind of holdout contract thing. No, we don't know
He'll-
what's going to
he'll be
happen with
playing.
that. I think that it's too late in the. I shouldn't say that. I want to say it's too late into the offseason for someone to trade for him now, but I could also see the Browns doing that, like someone like that
Interesting.
doing that.
Yeah. Give him Judy.
9.5.
I'm going to take the
though.
under. I think they're going to win 9 games exactly.
Yeah, I'm going to take the under because I think I got some overs coming up here. Going into the 10.5 though, Rams 10.5. I might take the under on
I'm
this.
taking the under on that.
Stafford's getting up there. Devontae Adams was kind of their big signing of the offseason, and
That they'll move the needle for me.
I do really like Devontae Adams, but I also traded him away in
This
fantasy.
is just an old head team. Kyron Williams, I mean, he's a good running back, but it's nothing super electric on that offense anymore. They're going to be good. But 10.5, over 10.5, 11 wins. That's crazy. For
I
the
actually
Rams.
think that the 3 10.5 teams, I'm going to go under on all of them.
Really?
Well, I don't know. I can't do that to the Lions.
Let's hear the next one.
The Lions are the next one. I think they'll be over. I take that.
Yeah, I'm
back.
taking the over.
They were 15-2 last year.
Yeah.
Again, that wing of Ben Johnson kind of being there to be the brains for Dan Campbell.
Yeah, I think that's more talk.
That's going to be big.
It's just noise. I think they're going to be very similar.
There's a lot of stress. That might be the biggest stress position is that in coaching in
Offense
the NFL
coordinator.
is the offensive coordinator of the Lions. I don't even know who it is. I don't even know who the new guy is, but
He's got some big shoes to fill.
he definitely has some big shoes to fill. That'll be an interesting one. But
I like the over
I still
there.
take the over. They got one of the best, if not the best, running back tandem in their backfield.
Yeah.
Still have Jameson Williams. Still have Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Jameer
Sam
Gibbs.
Laporta looks great. Said Jameer Gibbs
Ja.
and Montgomery. I mean, they're
Contravion.
awesome, and their defense still looks great.
Quintravion.
Not yet. I
Maybe
can
one
see
day.
them taking him.
Third running back.
Lions 10.5. I'll take the over, but the 49ers are the final.
Oh
10.5
my
team.
God. That's
Got
an
it.
easy under.
I'm taking the under on that.
49ers and Buccaneers. I may have to parlay that. The 49ers
Yeah,
under
I was gonna
with
say
the Buccaneers
that's
over.
Not a bad, it's not a bad bet.
That might
at
be an
all.
investment for the show. Donate if you
49ers
want
lose
it in.
Dre Greenlaw and Hafanga. They lose Debo. Ricky
Ayuk's gonna be
Pearsall
out. for
Ricky
like
Pearsall
7
is
weeks.
wide receiver 1, yeah. And then
Juwan.
Yeah, but he's going to be over Juwan Jennings, right? I don't know.
Pretty
Whatever.
close.
I love Juwan Jennings, also on my fantasy team. McCaffrey, I think he'll be good this year. I think that people are hating on him because he's old and he's been injury prone in the past, but
He's been very injury prone.
I'm really holding out this year because, again, I traded for him.
Yeah, if he stays
the
healthy,
offseason.
he's good.
I was that desperate of running backs where I was like, I think I have to take a shot on McCaffrey.
What did you have to trade to get him?
I had 2 first-round picks, so I traded one of them, and they were pick 8 and 9, and I traded pick 9 for McCaffrey, and I forget what else I gave up. I gave up something. Devontae Adams might have been in that trade
It's not
where
awful.
I gave him up, but I need running backs more than I need wide receivers. But 49ers, I have to take the under on 10.5.
Easy under.
All right. Final 4 teams, Ravens, Chiefs, and Eagles are all at 11.5. And then there is one special team at 12.5.
Really?
Ravens at 11.5. I'm taking the over. I think they're that good. I keep seeing some clips from Lamar last year. Some of the throws that he makes are just like, he may be the most overall talented quarterback in the league, actually.
Pretty nuts that he didn't win the MVP last year.
Yeah. You look at the more
Doesn't
that
make
the
sense.
discourse of the offseason has gone on,
Yeah.
I think it's hard to take it away from Josh Allen, but you kind of just have to look at it. It's tough because Lamar was the MVP, the year before, right?
He was.
It's hard
I
to give
feel
2
like
times in a row, but
it is, but you got to give
he
it to
may
who
have
deserves
deserved it.
Yeah,
I
100%.
think he may have deserved it. Chiefs, 11.5.
You got to go the over with that.
I was going to say, as much as people are going to want to say under, you kind of just can't bet against Mahomes.
Yeah, exactly.
You really just
Enough
can't.
said.
Yeah, that's enough said. The Rashee Rice thing will be a big question, but they drafted a tackle that is supposed to look really good.
Yeah.
I guess he's been looking really good in training camp. He looks like a sure thing that they got like late in the first, if not in the second.
Draft another receiver too.
Who'd they draft a receiver?
Jalen Royals,
Where the hell is that bull from?
like BYU or something like that.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't
Doesn't
think so.
move the needle.
He'll
Eagles, 11.5. I got to go over on this. I'm
I'm gonna take the over too.
I'm actually shocked that the Eagles aren't the only team in the 12.5 over the Bills. The Bills are the 12.5 team for their over-under on wins and losses, our final team of the day. Bills at 12.5. Josh Allen coming off MVP season. Doesn't seem like there's much change from last year,
Yeah.
except for younger guys getting into, having time in the NFL. I mean, they lose Amari Cooper,
yeah.
but he didn't do much. Keon Coleman gets it to be in his second year. James Cook has just only gotten better.
Yeah. Got a new big contract.
Yeah.
I'm taking the under though.
Really?
12.5 is a ton. Yeah, I mean, you're saying that they're going to win 3, or they're only going to lose 3 games this year. That's a bold thing to
4.
say.
They can lose 4. 13-4.
Well-
I think that the other thing to look at is their division. I think that they
they'll
could
run through that.
I think I don't know. I think they sweep the Jets. The Giants, I think, should be an easy sweep for them. And I think they'd split with the Patriots. I could see them splitting, though, with the Giants. Or, excuse me, the Jets, too.
Yeah, and then
And-
that's like you're already there, so it's got to be an under.
Is that even their... No,
That's
Giants
only a
aren't in
fraction
that
of their
division.
games. Not Giant. Yeah, you said the Jets.
Yeah, but I meant the Dolphins are the final team
Oh,
in there.
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
mention the Dolphins. I think, again, too, they should sweep the Dolphins. Actually, the more I think about it, the more I like the over. I'm going over.
All right, I'll take the under on that one.
I'm sticking with
There's
over on them.
really nothing about that team, like the offense, that really excites me outside Josh Allen. James Cook is good, but what's there to really?
But I just think he's...
Dalton Kincaid is all right.
I think they have a good defense overall.
Defense is good, but
Josh Allen just can...
they're just not a lock for me for winning 13 games. That's just way too much to ask for me.
I think they are. For 13, that is a tough one to say.
We need to see who cooked harder real quick.
Well, we'll have to ask it real quick, and I'll
Yeah,
cut it
yeah,
in.
we'll get it.
According to ChatGPT, I have won our picks, even though most of them were the same. Thank you guys for listening to Behind Enemy Lines right here on WSRR Radio. Join us next week.
The preceding program was a sponsored production. The views, claims, and ideas expressed may not represent those of WSRR Radio.